skillers, keep your energy and fervor high. We are commencing the 5th session of our final module, and it is all about handling question in a presentation. After all, engaging an audience wasn't that difficult, was it? You have it in you, and believe me, we know that you have it in you. Now, let's roll and rock the final move of a presentation, which is handling questions. But first, let's understand the importance of the question and answer session in a presentation. Think of a presentation as your social media feed, much as in Instagram and the Facebook post. You create a content, which is a presentation, and you share it with your followers, your audience. So what makes social media engaging and interactive is the comments and the questions that your friends and followers would post, isn't it? And that's why a question and answer session in a presentation actively involves the audience by keeping them interested in the presentation. Also, this kind of interaction breaks the one-way flow of information, making the presentation more dynamic. And now, let's follow these steps in handling a question and answer session with more ease and grace in a presentation. Number 1, listen carefully. Listen carefully to what the question is all about, because it helps you provide a relevant and an accurate response. Also demonstrating that you are actively engaged with the audience, because this is a way of showing that you value their input, and also to show them that you are genuinely interested in your audience's questions. The second step is rephrasing the questions. Rephrasing is a valuable practice, as it shows that you are actively listening to the questions of your audience. Second, sometimes what happens due to the background noise, the questions are not heard properly. So rephrasing the question allows everybody to understand what the question was all about and bringing everyone on the same level. And at times, it also buys you time to think about the response. The third step is be authentic while answering the questions. There are times when you may face challenging questions, and that's the time I recommend you to please admit that if you do not know the answer, accept that you don't know, but you do let the asker know what you will do to get an answer for him. And in doing so, sometimes you may have to take their contact number and email ID and follow up. But when you do so, please make sure that you do follow up. The fourth step is use analogies and stories. Try to use analogies and stories because that makes your answers relatable to the audience. Remember, I just used the social media analogy in explaining you the importance of the question and answer sessions in a presentation. You can try to do something similar and something like that. And the final step is mind your facial expressions. Whatever the question, do not rattle out. Mind your facial expressions because it speaks the loudest. The best would be to keep a poker faced. Imagine that you're a presenter and you're coming across a difficult question. That time, do not respond with surprise or with frustration or with defensiveness. It is always better to stay calm and composed and be just like the player of a poker game. And now, let's go through these points once again to remember it. Number 1, listen carefully. Number 2, rephrase the question. Number 3, be authentic while answering the questions. Number 4, use analogies and stories. And finally, mind your facial expressions. Well then, we're all prepared. Why wait then? We would love to see you handling the question and answer round. Good luck.